There was a time when solar-powered technologies were rare and unproven, but today the practice has been enthusiastically embraced for its ability to harness the power of the sun to create clean energy. In fact, solar power is accountable for over 20% of California's electricity, with new applications and widespread adoption growing every day. And while the potential that solar power brings is unmistakable, some hurdles must be cleared before it can evolve from the traditional solar farms and rooftop installations.
I think the adoption of solar technology in industry is accelerating because we're now getting some real-world example of how that technology works and how it actually performs. I know there's a lot of misconceptions out there just in talking to drivers how much power can be produced, how it can be used. And once that knowledge gets out there and people understand, oh, it's different than we thought, it's more adaptable than we thought, people are jumping on, companies are jumping on. So I think that because of that, you're going to see more and more companies jump on and more owner-operators jump onto that as well, because now it's becoming mainstream and more accepted.
We sell energy. It doesn't matter which form it comes in. If there is a consumer demand for it, we want to be able to supply it. Renewable energy is a new format. It's growing. It's a growing trend. As new forms of energy are developed, we see it as very exciting.
Right now, mainly the solar is being deployed on surveillance towers around the world. They're used a lot of in Border Patrol, reconnaissance towers. And the reason for that is because it's very difficult to get fuel to a lot of those. They're off grid. So the military was very much interested in finding a source of power where you can do it in situ, where you can literally, harvest the energy you need in place. That was the biggest challenge that went down this road. We went from, needing only maybe 10 watts of energy per Marine to hundreds of watts of energy. There's just not a way to do that with fuel and batteries. And so, especially in a dispersed area. And that led us down into making these decisions that said, well, solar's probably the best you got right now to do that. And in a mobile sense, right? That you can get enough power, you got the lightweight, you've got something that can move quickly and set up quickly. And that's why solar was kind of bubbled to the top of all the other technologies that were tested at the time.
The use of solar has been very narrow in our industry. It's done well in terms of now coming to parity in terms of total cost of energy, but in terms of horizons, it is very limited in where the applications are. For solar to expand its horizons, you really need to look at 4 axes. One, it has to become a lot more rugged, a lot more lightweight, a lot more portable, and a lot more aesthetically appealing.